Since I've been stuck at home like the rest of you, I've been trying to get regular exercise each day by spending time in the garden. I've been mowing the lawn, weeding, planting out some pots and getting the garden ready for the new season. I realise how fortunate I am to have a garden and to be able to spend such time outside. I hope that all of you will be able to get regular exercise and fresh air wherever you are. Spring is now officially here, with its promise of new life and new beginnings. Flowers and buds are literally bursting to life in our parks and gardens. The air is full of their scent and the wonderful smell of freshly cut grass. The sound of birdsong fills the air, and I was particularly struck by the beautiful sound of a bird singing during the headmaster's talk last week. The days are getting longer now that the clocks have sprung forward and the weather is hopefully getting warmer. So, with the coming of spring and its promise of new life, we find ourselves having to settle into strange new ways of having to work from home and of being at home and in isolation. While we are there, let us hope that we may find new ways to be creative. We can discover new skills and new ways of being together. We can read all those books that have been gathering dust on our shelves. We can learn a new language. We can perhaps take up a new hobby, learn how to play a musical instrument, or do some cookery or gardening. I hope that whatever you decide to do, you will find out new things about yourself in the process and discover new skills and talents you never thought you had. Christians across the world are approaching the festival of Easter, which is the highlight of the year, with its promise of new life through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. However, the celebration of Easter will be very different this year, as most churches are shut and people are not able to gather together for worship as normal. On Easter Day, the Pope normally gives his Easter blessing to a packed square in front of St. Peter's Church in Rome. Recently, I watched a video of him giving a similar blessing in the rain on his own in an empty square. Strange times indeed. However, in spite of these challenges, Christians are finding new ways to connect with each other, as indeed we all are. And the Church will continue to celebrate Easter when it comes, even if it is via computer screens or mobile phones, rather than together in church buildings. The season of Easter comes at the end of a busy week for Christians called Holy Week, which involves a journey through death to life, from Good Friday to Easter Day. On Good Friday, we remember Jesus' death on a cross, which Christians understand as the triumph of love over evil and darkness. 3 days later comes Easter, the culmination of the week, when we celebrate the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, bringing new life and new hope for the world, and turning the darkness of Good Friday into the light and hope of Easter Day. Whether we are Christian or not, there is much in this story of Holy Week and Easter that I hope can speak to us all in these strange times. Many of us are feeling anxious or uncertain about the future and what it brings. Many of you, I'm sure, may feel trapped at home and long to be out and about with your friends. Some of you may know people who are suffering as a result of the coronavirus, and are ill in hospital. However, in the midst of all this anxiety and pain and uncertainty, there are signs of hope already beginning to appear. I read this morning on the BBC website of a new breathing aid that is being developed jointly by engineers from Formula One and University College London that can deliver oxygen to the lungs without the need for a ventilator. This new device can help to keep coronavirus patients with breathing difficulties out of intensive care and reduce the pressures on hospitals and the NHS. I've also been hearing amazing stories of the sacrifices that our doctors and nurses have been making to help save lives. They are often working long hours in difficult conditions. It was particularly lovely to see a video of a patient in hospital in Italy who had recovered from the virus and was going around the ward applauding all the doctors and nurses who had looked after her while still hooked up to a drip. I've also been seeing some intriguing ways in which people are managing to keep in touch with their families and friends via social media and are doing fun and exciting things together. My daughter set up a quiz with her friends online at the weekend and they had a wonderful time together. We did an online Bible study from home last week, and another of our friends live streamed a musical evening that we could sing along to at home. Some of you might be doing similar things with your friends and family. It is important that we keep in touch with people and find new and creative ways of being together, even though we are physically apart. I'm sure that there are lots more good news stories out there to give us hope for the future. Let's hold on to these as we look ahead. So then, I hope and pray that the season of Easter can be a time of hope for all who are going through periods of darkness in their lives at this time. There are signs of hope around us. There are new beginnings and new possibilities already emerging. There is light at the end of this tunnel, and we will get through this together. I end now with the school prayer as a way of reflecting on our shared values together as members of Whitgift School, and pray that you and your families will keep well over the Easter break. Let us pray. May we be grateful for our school, for John Whitgift, our founder, for the gift of education, for the gift of belonging. May this be a place where wisdom is championed, character developed, and bright futures shaped. Protect us and keep us safe in peace and harmony. Help us show respect, encouragement, and kindness towards one another. Preserve within us a passion for learning and a desire to make the most of every day. Guide and comfort us through any difficulties we may face. Bless us with an increasing knowledge and awareness of a greater love. Let us always remember and assist those less fortunate than ourselves. Fill us with wisdom and strength, that we may be the best that we can be, and may we not forget to live. Amen.